Alright, hello and welcome to the video. Today I'll be presenting my e-portfolio. This is what I've done so far with, my e-portfolio. So here's the home, where you can see the menu where you can go to look at the tools and equipment. I'll be going through each and every them. Here you'll find the tools section. This section you can learn the ways to properly use the tools, small tips and guidance. And in this section you can learn the way to properly use equipment, small tips and guidance. So let's check out the tools. Tools. The flathead screwdriver. Flathead screwdriver is a screwdriver with a wedge-shaped flat tip, used to tighten and loosen screws that have a straight linear notch in their heads. Do not use for any other screws. So, use them with their matching screws. Alright, that's the general thing for screwdrivers. The hex screwdriver. A six-sided hexagon-shaped screwdriver used to tighten and loosen bolts of a hexagonal head. Do not over-tighten these bolts because the threads of these bolts can be stripped. Be careful about that, or else you won't be able to remove the screw once it's really tight yet it's stripped. The torque screwdriver. The torque screwdriver or star screwdriver is used in vehicles, motorcycles, bicycles, gear systems, hard disk drives, and consumer electronics. Use this screwdriver for any six-sided star-shaped screw. Now that there's a difference, right? This is for six-sided star-shaped screws, while it's a hexagon, like an actual hexagon. The Phillips screwdriver. Phillips screwdriver has a head with pointed edges in the shape of a cross, which fit neatly into the cross slots of a Phillips screw. Phillips screw heads allow a tighter fit than a flathead screw, which is why most factories and handymen use them. The screws tend to be lightweight and relatively small. It's more common to see these in shops because the Phillips screw is the most common type of screw that is used in everyday in house appliances. The wire cutter. The wire cutters are meant to make clean, fast cuts for just about any type of wire. This includes brass, copper, steel, building wire, and plenty of others. A great tool rather than just using a knife to cut away at the skin of a wire. Needle nose pliers. The needle nose pliers are used to manipulate wire using the textured teeth. When working with this tool, the handle should be gripped tightly yet apply gentle force. They are not sturdy enough to cut large, hard wires, and they are not used to be on live electrical wires. So be careful when using these things. Alright, let's move on with the equipment section. It's a lot of them. So here's our equipment. The anti-static mat. The anti-static mat is used to prevent ESD when working with appliances. It can create an ESD. Place an anti-static mat when installing, replacing, or removing any of these appliances. Now, when working with a computer, you open it up, see what's inside, or like the parts of it. There's just gonna be those times where you suddenly feel something electrifying you, and you have to use these to make sure that doesn't happen too often. The anti-static wrist strap. Wrap the strap around your wrist and secure it using the snap or Velcro. The metal on the back of the wrist strap must remain in contact with the skin at all times. Yeah, you just gotta be careful when dealing with computers because ESDs come in. You have to have the proper gear to fix anything with frequent ESDs happening. So the anti-static. Use it to place small items to prevent any ESD. Static shielding bags prevent the buildup of static electricity and protect the contents from electrostatic damage. Anti-static bags prevent the buildup of static electricity and do not carry charge. This way you put any parts that are important to the computer and you don't want them to getting any damage, whether it's electro or physical and literal. The three-pronged parts retriever. Use the pliers on 3 parts that may be hard to reach with your fingers. Not scratch or hit any components when using these tools. Pencils should not be used inside the computer to change the setting of switches. You know, when you think something is too small to get with your bare fingers, you use this thing, the three-prong part retriever. Tweezers are used to manipulate small objects. Yeah, there's really no other in-depth guide about this. It's just the same as the three-prong parts retriever. Flashlight. Flashlight is used to illuminate dark places when working. There are handheld and also mountable flashlights for your hat or headband. When working with this stuff, it will usually be dark when reaching into small crevices or places that you just can't see well in. Natural light can't get into it, so use a flashlight. Lint-free cloth. A lint-free cloth is a special type of cleaning cloth that does not give up any fluff when used. Being free of lint means the cloth is less likely to build up a charge, which can cause ESD, damaging electronic equipment like HD televisions, computer monitors, and digital cameras. Lint-free cloth is different from your everyday use of cloth because it doesn't generate any fluff. You know, so ESD can't happen. Okay. Compressed air. Using a can of compressed air with a long straw attached to it, give it a little blast to dislodge any stubborn dust. When you next turn it on, its own fan and natural airflow should blow any loosened dust out of the rear. When you're finished cleaning, put everything back together. Compressed air, it's compressed air. It's very powerful when you use it, and it's good for cleaning out those dust that are just strong. Cable ties. They're fasteners that bundle your cables and wires together to keep them organized and prevent damage. They come in different sizes, lengths, materials, and even colors. When you want to arrange your wires so they don't get jumbled all over the place, you use these. Parts organizer. The computer parts organizer organizes various computer parts according to size and quantities of the computer parts. The computer parts organizer is divided into various compartments by one or more removable isolation boards. Here's where you put the parts where you want to arrange them in certain orders so that you don't get confused. Multimeter or a multimeter. A digital multimeter is a test tool used to measure two or more electrical values, principally voltage, current, and resistance. It is a standard diagnostic tool for technicians in the electrical/electronic industry, so it's really common to work with this thing. Loopback adapter. A loopback cable is also known as a loopback plug or loopback adapter, which is a plug used to test physical ports to identify network issues. It provides system test engineers a simple but effective way of testing the transmission capability and receiver sensitivity of network equipment. So if you want to check the connectivity of a specific port, you use this. If there was something wrong with my voice, my teeth were, operated on, so I'm kinda in a wooze right now. Alright, that's all for the video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.